guys, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like the videos and don't forget to comment on the videos. I know it's a new year and some of us have our goals for the year. We've written down our goals, and for some of us, part of our goals will be, oh, I want to start graduate school this year or next year, but you do not have an idea how to start an application. You don't know what to do to get into graduate school. In today's video, I'll be taking you through the step-by-step process you would need to navigate your graduate school journey. So if this is why you are here, let's get right into this video. So before we start, I'm going to be listing out the steps you would need to take, and then after listing them out, we are going to talk about them individually. Number one, you will want to research universities and their program. Number two, you want to understand the admission requirement. Number three, you want to plan for financing. Number four, you would want to prepare application material. Number five, you want to make an online application and submit. And number six, you would want to apply for your visa. So let's get right into explaining all of this. So the first one is to search for universities and programs. So when searching for universities, you want to search for universities that align with your goals, your academic goals, okay? I'm sure before searching for university, you should have settled on what course you want to study. That's an important thing you should settle before trying to search for universities. That would make your searching process easy because you have a focus and you have a goal. And make sure when searching for universities, you are searching for universities that are reputable. You don't just want to go to an anyhow university, okay? You want to go to schools that are recognized and schools that are good. So the second on the list is admission requirement. Make sure you understand the admission requirement, okay? Different universities have different admission requirements. You don't expect all universities to have the same requirement. They are diverse, okay? So after selecting your schools, the university you want to attend, I'm saying schools because you shouldn't just apply to one school and feel that's it. You should apply to more than one to be on a safer side, just in case you get admission in one and do not get in another, so you have something else to fall back to, okay? So like I said earlier on, different universities have different requirements. Make sure you understand each university's requirements, okay? If you meet up to the requirement, that is fine. If you do not meet up to the requirement and you have something to do to meet up to the requirement, make sure you try to do it. Understand that you are able to meet up to their requirements before you go further with any other thing. So the third step is financial planning. Financial planning is a very important step you do not want to miss, okay? You don't just want to apply to a school that you do not know how much it costs. Explore the university's website. Try to understand how much it costs. You will see different categories of school fees for international students, for domestic, and all of that. If you are going to the USA from another country, definitely you're an international student. So make sure that you understand that this is how much you would need to pay. Most at times, all I have seen, international students pay higher than domestic students. If you are comfortable with whatever they have there and you are ready to pay whatever they have put there, then you can go ahead to the next step. But if you are not comfortable with what is there, you know you cannot afford these fees, and you really like the school, you really like the course you've chosen, you can explore financial opportunities. There are so many opportunities you can explore. When exploring funding opportunities, there are different types of funding opportunities that you can explore. You can explore scholarship. Your department might be awarding scholarship. Research very well, send emails to ask questions if they are awarding scholarship opportunities. If they are not, you can also ask for assistantship, graduate assistantship. It could be either teaching assistantship or research assistantship. Sometimes they have maybe administrative assistantship as well. There are also part-time jobs on campus. There are opportunities for that, so you can apply for that before you come into the school or when you get into the school. Probably you can actually afford your school fees, but it will be hard for you to maintain your living expenses. So those part-time jobs can help you maintain those living expenses. So those are some of the funding opportunities that could help you finance your studies. There are so many more, like fellowship. I'll be talking more about that in another video, so stay tuned. So the fourth step is to prepare your application materials. So different university requires different application materials, and different programs as well require different application materials. So when I mean application materials, what am I talking about? Some universities will want you to provide a resume or CV. So please make sure that you have an appropriate resume or CV. Make it professional. If you can't do it yourself, please meet a professional to help you in writing your resume or your CV. Another material is your SOP. Your SOP means your statement of purpose. This is where you talk about yourself, where you talk about your academic goals or your achievement and what you plan to achieve in coming years, all about your academic and your career goals. This is where you need to sell yourself out. Make sure they know so much about you. Talk about all the awards you've won. Make sure it is well written. Make sure it is free from error. Give your best to your SOP. You can give people to review it for you after writing to make sure that you have written a great SOP. Some schools will require that you have letters of recommendation. It could be 2, it could be 3. It depends on the school, it depends on the program you are going for. Make sure that whoever is recommending you is going to write something good about you, because this is an important material that is needed by the school. If your recommender writes something that is not nice, definitely the school might not want to take you, because why would they want to take someone that nobody said anything good about? So make sure your recommenders are people that know you well and people you trust that will write good things about you. So another important material is your transcript. Schools always require transcript. They want to know what you've done before. They want to know what were your grades in those courses. They want to know your CGPA. Some schools will require evaluated transcript, while some would not require evaluated transcript. Make sure that you check all of this and know what your school is requiring from you, and make sure you give them whatever they require from you. Some other important documents are your test scores. Those are some important documents you don't want to miss out. Okay, they include like GRE, they include GMAT, TOEFL and IELTS. Some schools will say, oh, we prefer you submit a GRE score. Some schools will say, oh, we prefer you submit a GMAT score, while some schools will say either one works for us. And sometimes they will attach the score they need. You need to make up to that score before they can admit you in. So make sure you check all of this and you know that you meet up to the score the school wants. Sometimes they waive some of these requirements depending on other materials you have or other qualifications you have. So make sure you ask them questions before you go further with your application. IELTS and TOEFL are English exams, are required for some countries, especially non-English speaking countries. Make sure you check what your school requires. Do they require TOEFL or IELTS, and what are the scores they require? Okay, and like I said, they don't require this from every country. Most times they will put list of countries that they do not require it from, and they could put list of countries they require it from. So make sure you check all of these things properly. If you are not understanding what's on the website, there's always an email there for you to ask questions. Send an email. They are very prompt with their responses, and you will have more clarity on what is on the website. Another important material is a writing sample. Sometimes the department will want to see what you've done before. They want to see your work. You said, oh, you did this particular course and you did this particular thing. Okay, can we see a writing sample, like a research work and so on, or a design, something you've done before? So make sure you have that ready to be submitted. And if it needs edit and review, make sure you give it for an edit and review before submitting it to the school. You don't want to submit something that doesn't look good for your application. Make sure you take time to do all of this. Okay, so your materials are very important. Please do not overlook any of it. Make sure you have every material they've requested, and make sure they are up to date, they are well written, and they meet up to that requirement. Now the fifth point is submitting your application online. Yes, online. Your application form will be filled online. Gone are the days where you need to start sending your application form from wherever country you are through a post office or something. You would be submitting your application online. You will fill your form online and submit it online. Okay, before filling your application form, make sure you've gone through all the steps we've mentioned earlier. You've searched for your university and the course you want to take. You've checked their requirements and see that you met their requirements. You've checked the school fees and see that you can pay the school fees. You've also checked for funding opportunities if you need one, and you can see that yes, there's high chances of you getting funding from this school. And also you've gone through all the materials that is required and you have met to them. Then you can go ahead to fill your online application. Make sure you go through it carefully. When filling the application, don't just fill it once and submit. Make sure that you go through it, fill it today, leave it, go back tomorrow, check one by one each questions. Have I put in the right information before you go ahead to submit? You could even ask a family member or a friend to help you check to see if you have done this thing correctly. Okay, make sure you don't make mistakes on your application. And please, if you make a mistake on your application, try to send an email to them stating that, oh, I made a mistake at this particular place. They possibly would help you change it, or would take note and make the changes somehow. I don't know, but just make sure if you make a mistake, you always email them. Please do not feel like I've made a mistake, that's it and it has ended there. No, put an effort. The worst you will get is a no, we can't change it, but at least you know you tried. Okay, so make sure that your application is accurate. Okay, suppose you followed all of this step up until submitting your application online, and we assume that you have gotten admission, you have gotten your funding if you wanted that, and everything is going well. The next thing you want to do is to make a visa application. Without a visa, even though you have an admission or you have a funding, you would be unable to travel to the US. So your visa is very important. So in another video, we'll be talking about how to apply for your visa. So if you're interested in that video, make sure you stay tuned and we'll be talking about that in details. So guys, we've come to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you were able to learn, and I hope I've been able to guide you on the step-by-step process you need to navigate your graduate school journey. If you have any questions, if you're unclear of anything, you know what to do. Send me an email, drop your questions in the comments, or you can send me a direct message on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in my next video.